So today we're going to talk about slope formula, and I'm going to go over the basics so that if the video didn't work for you, you'll get a really good idea of what slope formula is. So, again, we should be on pages 90 or 91, wherever you have room to write this. You may be writing it in your foldable if you didn't do that last night. So when you are given 2 points, okay, and they look like ordered pairs, they look like x sub 1, y sub 1, and x sub 2, y sub 2. That's how it's read. The 1 tells you, hey, that's my first point, and the 2 tells you, hey, that's my second point. Okay, it's just a way to make a distinction between your 2 x's and your 2 y's. So when you are given 2 points, then you use the slope formula, which is y sub 2 minus y sub 1. So you're looking for the difference between those two numbers. That's your rise from yesterday. Then you divide it by your run, which would be x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Notice that my points from the second point, like my values from the second point, come first, and then the values from the first point come second. So the order that you do your subtraction in matters big time. If you make a mistake on this, you'll get the wrong answer. So you want to make sure that you're using the same point values first. And yesterday we drew a picture of a guy who was skiing and fell off the cliff and all that stuff. But today we're going to draw this Mr. Slope guy, just as another reminder of the very basic slope principles. So we start by drawing a circle. That's his face. And one of his eyes, his eyebrow is increasing, so his eye is positive or open. And the other eyebrow is decreasing, so that eye is negative or closed. His nose is a straight line with a U because vertical lines have an undefined slope. So the U is to remind you that it's undefined. And then his smile is not really a smile, it's just a horizontal line with 2 zeros on the end of it because all horizontal lines have a slope of 0. He's supposed to look nice. I'm sorry. Well, it's Halloween, so. I think the best thing that we can do is get some practice with this. So this is on, I am not quite sure what page this is on, page 425-ish. Nope. Page 426. When you are given a table and you want to find the rate of change or the slope from the table, the first thing you have to do is pick out 2 points. You can choose any 2 points you want. I'm going to just pick the first 2 points on all of these, unless there's a calculation thing that kind of jumps out and I see that it would be easier to calculate. So I'm going to pick the first 2 points. And then I'm going to write them as ordered pairs. So we have 3, 25, 50. And 5, 42, 50. Then I'm going, every single time you do one of these, I need you to write your actual slope formula out. So I'm going to write slope equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 divided by x sub 2 minus x sub 1. You're going to write that formula every single time. And now you just plug your numbers in. So you have y2, your second y value is 4250. And then you're going to subtract the first y value. So you're subtracting 2550. You're going to divide that by your second x value, which is 5, minus your first x value, which is 3. So 4250 minus 2550 would be 17, and 5 minus 3 would be 2. So you get 17 halves as your answer. Remember, we want to keep it in we want to keep it in fraction form for now because it's going to help us when we have to graph them later. Do we need to see another one? Probably. All right, this is number 4. What was the first step on number 2? Yeah, we got to pick 2 points. So again, I'm just going to pick the first 2. So I've got 15,180 and 30,360. I'm going to write them as ordered pairs. So 15,180, 30,360. Then we write our slope formula, which is slope equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 divided by x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Now your ordered pairs, you need to know which is your y, so the second number is your y, the first number is your x. And then on the screen, the blue ordered pair is going to be our first ordered pair, and then the green one is our second one. So when I'm looking for y sub 2, I just need to go to 360. We are going to subtract y sub 1, which is 180. Then we divide x sub 2, which is 50. Or sorry, it's 30. It's hard to see. And then we subtract x sub 1 of 15. I think the hardest or the most difficult part of slope formula is that if you don't substitute the numbers into the formula correctly, you'll get the wrong answer. So make sure that you're paying attention to that. 360 minus 180 equals 180, and 30 minus 15 equals 15. I noticed that 180 divided by 15, both of those are divisible by 5. So I'm going to simplify this down by using long division, and it's going to come up above the table there. 180 divided by 5, well, 5 goes into 18 3 times. That 3 really represents a 30, so 30 times 5 is 150. Then we subtract, and we get 30, and 5 will go into 30 6 times. So 180 divided by 5 is 36. And then 15 divided by 5 is 3. And I noticed that I can go in again and simplify even further. So we've got the 3 divided by 3 is 1. And then the 6 divided by 3 is 12. And that leaves us with 12 over 1, which is the same thing as 12. So our slope is 12. Would you like to see another one? Okay, here's the deal. I'm going to work one more, and if you want to try to do it on your own, you're more than welcome to. You can kind of tune us out, and if you want some help, then you can follow along. Okay. So, this is number 6. I'm going to pick 2 points. My first point is 10,990. My second point is 20,1980. I'm going to label mine with the X and the Y's. I'm going to write my slope formula. So slope equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 divided by x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Then I substitute in, so y sub 2, I'm looking for my second y value, so that is going to be 1980 minus my first y value of 990 and then I divide by my second x value of 20 minus my first x value of 10. So 1980 minus 990. I'm going to have to come over here. There's a couple of different strategies that you can use to work this. I'm just going to do the traditional way of subtraction. 0 minus 0 is 0. 8 minus 9, well, I need to exchange that and make it an 18, so that makes this an 8. 18 minus 9 is 9. Bring down that decimal. And then 18 minus 9 is 9 again. So this is 990 divided by 20 minus 10 is 10. So if we're dividing by 10, we're going to make it smaller, and this is kind of where scientific notation comes in to help us out tremendously, because I can just move that decimal over. So my answer here is 0.99. Okay, so then the assignment for today, we have two choices as usual. Your first choice is the skills practice pages. What page did we start on? Okay, so page 426 to 434. Okay. Or you can work on Khan Academy. And I'll put on the board what those activities are as soon as we're done with this. Okay. It is up to you. Let's go ahead and get started.